We're live! Boys and girls, welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast. Episode number 539. We're back. We are back because we were both in Zion National Park last week, but we have returned. Yeah. I was in the part that's in my house of Zion. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Tanner was in Hawaii.
You got the Amish beard going again, huh?
Do I? Oh, yeah. A little bit.
Yeah, you look super Amish again. Yeah.
My stash was getting on my lips, which bugs me.
I'm trying to figure out if it's just the facial hair or if you actually just look Amish to me. I can't figure it out. I don't know what an Amish person looks like, but I've never
but
thought
it might
anybody
be me.
else
That's
looked
interesting.
Amish besides you.
I have a very Amish ethos, so maybe...
If it's the hair, too, like, I don't know, man.
Well, I'm also pale as fuck. Although they're probably not that pale. They're in the sun making cabins and shit, aren't they? Churning butter.
Yeah. You ever been to anywhere with the Amish population? It's kind of cool. It's actually really cool. It's very interesting.
No.
Yeah,
I don't think
check
so.
it out sometime, man. Go out to like Ohio or Pennsylvania. There's a bunch of Amish people. Pretty cool.
You think I could steal their bitch?
Probably.
If I went to an Amish village?
I think the best, coolest grocery store I've ever been to was in some Amish area of Ohio, man. Oh, it was dope. They had like really? 500 different types of cheese. So it was actually crazy. And they just make them all. They're like chocolate
you are the cheese expert.
And stuff. It was insane. So,
yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Really cheap too. Good prices. Yeah. Check them out.
Has anyone ever told you?
Highly recommend Amish people.
And I'm sure you've heard this before from me specifically and probably only me. You say the word cool oddly.
You are the only person to point a lot of things out to many people. So, no, I've never heard that from literally anybody else.
Okay.
You always point out very oddly specific things about other people. So, yes.
Yeah, well, I am...
Because you're extremely autistic.
Because I'm... That's correct. So, anyways, welcome to the show. Tanner's back.
Autism.
That's what they're saying. Back. And we are back. So, next 2 weeks... We got a full schedule, which will be nice. Some things have gone on in the past 2 weeks. Not too much in the COD world, but a couple things to talk about nonetheless that we're going to get into today. Before we do some quick announcements, we did do our Patreon Q&A bonus ep for this month. It was fun. It went long. For those of you who are platinum or above. You can go listen to that. And we've got more Patreon eps coming this month. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Best way to support the show. Early access and ad-free eps. And there's going to be a lot of ads in the next 2 weeks, so keep that in mind. And also, we're starting to gear up toward BO7 season. On the 19th, we have the event. That is going to tell us a lot more about BO7. I know all
about this event coming on the 19th, yeah.
So do I, yeah. And you guys already know all about what event I'm referring to and what it's called, so I don't need to reiterate it here. But that event is happening, and there's going to be a lot to talk about. So we're starting to get into gear here. Back into, COD is... Well, we can have hope for COD, hopefully. So now's a good time to join the Patreon because we're going to start being able to do some more bonus eps on COD, primarily on BO7, honestly, because that's where, our eyes are, obviously. So patreon.com/thedropshot. And yeah, that's it, for announcements, I believe. Yes. So anyways.
I think so. Yeah.
With that said, what's happened? Well, we received Season 5.
Did we?
Yes.
A couple weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? A couple weeks ago, right?
It was a while ago, it feels like.
Last week?
I think it was last week. I believe it was last week, yes. I think it was 8 days ago now. And I've gotten the opportunity to play it. So when it launched, there was which we went over in the roadmap. So we're not going to go through any patch notes because who gives a fuck? We already went through the roadmap. That's basically what you get. I played the game. The meta, by the way, spoiler alert, is the Cypher for ARs. By the way, that was the meta a year ago, maybe longer also, by the way. So I logged in and I was like, all right, fellas, what's the meta? It's the Cypher. Cool. I only have 8,000 kills on that. That's not boring at all. New season, by the way. Okay, got it. So I equipped that. And then, oh, okay, well, at least I can use one of the new SMGs. I think the LC-10's the meta right now, right? Wrong, actually. Guess what SMG it is? Take a guess, Tanner.
MP5.
It's the MP5, also known as the C9, yeah. So I said, oh, cool. I also have 5,000 kills with that. Excuse me, I'm controlling now. 15,000 kills on that one now. Got it.
Yep.
So I used nothing new the entire time. That's fine. Not every update's going to have a new weapon meta, but these are some old fucking guns, but whatever. So anyway, that's the meta, spoiler alert. But yeah, when it happened, basically the big thing of season 5 is was that contract to open the stadium. I actually liked this. So you land in, the event's over now, which we'll get into in a second, but you would land in, and then after, I think it was like a minute after you're allowed to drop out of the plane or something, or maybe once everyone's dropped out of the plane, contracts start spawning for the laser beam or whatever. And they come out of like crates, like the Juggernaut crates from back in the day. And you run up to it, open the crate, and then you get some shit. Among them is the contract, this LTM contract. Once you pick that up, I don't remember the exact steps. The first thing is like you plug in a router to a terminal and then you type and like defend it for a second or something. That was one of them. And then like the next step was kill an operator, which I thought was very cool because it's the only other PvP contract that I can recall ever. There have been 3 or 1.5 really. Bounty, which is a specific target, big game bounty, same thing. And then this. But this one is like the objective is just kill some guy. That's it. Good luck. I was like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. So then the first time ever we picked it up, not knowing anything about it, we just immediately, oh, that's what we have to do? Okay. So then I killed an operator. And then the next thing was like, don't remember. It's something like go to the stadium, I guess. And then after that, the stadium opens and you can like go in and do shit. So stadium was out of the zone once we had done this. And I was like, oh, God damn it. We don't really get to like explore the stadium because we finished the contract, but it's out of zone now. Wrong, actually. The stadium like stays in the zone the whole time. So like the circle's closing, but the stadium was still, it was like a little half circle stadium, like all in the zone. I was like, oh shit, that's cool. And everyone was at stadium too. So it was just hot as fuck. So then we went there, it was fun. And then we died to I died to some guy sitting in an event I couldn't see. Got it. And then Jake died to that guy's prox mines in the same vent after he had killed that guy, but his prox mines hadn't despawned. Cool. And then that was it for that game. So, but it was a cool ass LTM, and I gotta give them credit. It was fun. It was a good time. And it was cool to be able to do that. And it like changes where the game ends, I think. I think it like makes it end stadium. And right before you finish the contract, like a giant laser beam from the sky blows it open. I don't know what the fuck the lore is on that, but it looks like genuinely the Death Star if the laser were red instead of green.
That's sick.
That's literally what it looks like. Like the sky opens and then a fucking red laser shoots the stadium, which looks really cool in Halo kind of insane in Call of Duty, but whatever, it's fine. It was fun, so that's kind of what mattered. And the interior of Stadium was meaningfully different on the pitch, on the field itself.
It was open, so yeah, it was different from being closed.
Than last time it was open. Stupid fuck. That's what I meant. And inside there, it's like very built up. Like you can't really see grass at all. There's like a couple of buildings, some automatic sliding doors. Very cool. It was cool in there. Visibility was not great in there, especially in the vents. Don't put vents that are navigable in video games. That are FPS games.
A good idea. Yeah.
It's just always bad. But it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool, and I enjoyed that. So now, by the way, that event is over. COD Updates tweeted this just like 20 minutes ago. The stadium is now open at the start of every match and is a high value loot zone. Cool. So now no one has to do the contract to open it, and it's a high value loot zone. It's just always open. That will make Verdansk a lot more fun if you drop there. Yeah. Actual hot drop.
Everybody's going there. Yeah.
And you actually can't avoid downtown from here, you know. So it's good. This was I will say this was a more meaningful update and change to Warzone than I expected it to be based on the roadmap. So cool. Does that make season 5 a good update? No. Now, why is that? Well, it's still Warzone. That's it. That's the reason.
That's what it comes down to. Yeah.
There's actually really nothing wrong with the season 5 update. Everything that's wrong with it is that it didn't fix all of the other issues that have been in for anywhere from 1 to 5 years running. So I played like 3 days ago, and me and Jake were kind of just fucking around on Rebirth, and then we played some Verdansk, and it was fun. We had a good time. And then the next day, we did the same thing. Me, Jake, and Cope played some Rebirth. It was fine. And then we played some Verdansk. And by the way, can't trio queue. So the only trio playlist is ranked. Not doing that, and also, even if I wanted to, can't do it. Even though I'm level 600, it's locked for me, I guess. So, okay, cool, whatever. Wasn't going to play it anyway, it's fine. So we trio quad into quads, public.
Quads.
And Cope hasn't played in fucking 4 months. Jake's played once in 4 months. I've played a lot in the last 4 months. I haven't. So we're like brand new. We drop Neighborhood by Stadium because we want to show Cope the stadium. That was a mistake. The first guy we see, level 1000, top 500, World Series of Warzone, regional qualifier. Okay. Got it. So the SBMM is still nuts, even though we're trio quadding, by the way. Now, Tanner brought up a good point. He said, Raz, it doesn't matter. That wasn't SBMM. That was one of the 200 people on Earth that were online at the time. And he's right, actually.
That were not playing casual mode, yeah.
That we're not playing casual mode, correct. Yes.
Every single person who's played Warzone in the last 60 days has a regional qualifier calling card because they're the only ones left, so they're the only ones that qualified. They all qualified, yeah. Because 95% of the player base is on casual mode.
That's correct. So that happened. And yeah, everything else that's wrong with the game just came to light. So it was fun for exactly the first day. I crashed on both days. I think on the first day I crashed twice. There's still the bug where you just can't join your party member or they just appear offline when they're not. Update requires restart. Just no other game on Earth to this day does that. I've been sniped. I've still been sniped. Okay. The bug where it says connecting and you have to like requeue or change the party leader for no reason. Okay. Can't trios in pubs. Okay. And no node EPAs. So I actually want to bring this up if I can. Let me see if I can do this. I should be able to.
We got a little clip?
We got a little clip for you guys. Yeah, this is just fresh from my point of view.
Okay.
Let me do a little DL here. Oh, you know what? It's already on my desktop. So let me try and pull this up here. How do you do this? Let's see. If I drag it there, yeah, that works.
Close left
Left
is
side.
Okay, so let me see now. I can do it here.
close left.
Okay, here we go. Perfect. So I have a piece of media to share with the class here. This is another thing that I did not miss about this game. So I'm going to press play now. So this is me, Jake, and Cope. Cope downs a guy. I don't know.
side.
We had like two down
close
here.
left on the
Knocked.
wall.
We had two knocked.
I'm
So
pushing
Cope and
him.
I push in. Got it. And you'll notice.
That's a double. No,
You might be hearing that. We both get down to a precision airstrike, and there was no notification. And then listen to what Cope says here.
Oh, yeah, it's LG.
Yeah, it's LG, and yeah, it was. It was. No DPAs. Which is what you stupid fucks, many of you listening, really wanted. So what you did was really, what you did to me, right, was really cool. You said, hey guys, hey devs, please take the noties away from PAs because it's the only way I can get kills on real players. And the devs said, you got it, did that, ruined the game in that way. And then you guys said, cool, thanks for doing that. I'm never going to play a regular mode where there are PAs again anyway. I'll be in casual, enjoy the no-nody PAs, spit gif, and then he pisses in my mouth. So you ruined the game, you ruined regular modes, and then you went to go play casual where precision airstrikes don't exist.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, true.
Thanks for
Great,
changing
yeah,
the mechanic.
fantastic
That'll
point.
never matter to you again. Thanks.
Yep.
And then I get farmed by it. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
among other things, among many other just little things that I just, the same shit, bad quality of life of all. Yeah. So anyway, so that was the problem with season 5 is the game is still the game.
The game still exists. Yeah.
Yeah. So just super. Another thing that bugged me too a lot was the way people play the game in pubs, even because I was the people I was fighting on Verdansk. On Rebirth, people were normal. On Verdansk, though, every person I fought was either the best player on Earth, like genuinely, like they were going to the World Series this year, or they just would not move their characters at all. And I just didn't know they were there. And then I'd want to blame the game, but then I'd watch the kill cam. Wasn't an audio issue. They didn't move. So of course I didn't hear them. Like literally the entire kill cam. Or I've been sniped. Like that was all I was encountering. And I don't know. Part of that's definitely skill issue, obviously. Like I haven't played in so long. So like, yeah, part of that's for sure skill issue. But that's just really how it felt to me. Like a lot of sentinels and a lot of just demons. And I don't know if the demons were cheating or not, to be honest with you. I don't know. Nothing seemed like overtly sus to me in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
But there were probably a lot of them cheating. Yeah, because the cheaters are just rampant in that game, as we know. So... yeah, so that's the verdict on season 5. Everything it added actually was pretty good. That matters, which is to say the stadium. Making it a high-value loot zone's a good play. Good call. That's very helpful. But everything that's bad about it is everything that's been bad about Warzone for years now. Just all of the dumb little bullshit. And I listed a couple things. So many more. So many more. You guys know. So, anyway. That's that. But now the stadium's open, so if you're having fun, then that should actually be quite fun. I like that they made that a high value loot zone, and I think they did a great job on the on the interior of the stadium. It actually does feel meaningfully different. So now, on to greener pastures, greener as fuck pastures, Black Ops 7. Charles Intel tweeted this. New teaser images for some of the vehicles and equipment from the Guild in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I don't know what the Guild is, but we can imagine some of this shit is going to come to the game in some capacity. Maybe just campaign, but it'll probably give us a little nod to what we're getting in the real game.
They started the super boring, lame bullshit marketing they did last year too, where like they make like a random website and then they put like sound, or they put signs around the real world that say like go to theguild.com, and it doesn't really tell you what it is or some shit like that, and then it starts showing stuff like this. So it's just
Their
it's
ARG
the beginning
shit,
of their
yeah.
extremely terrible marketing campaign for VO7. Yeah,
People love it though.
I don't know. This year, I've seen nobody this year say anything good, and it's like COD lovers too. They're all like, dude, this stuff is so played out and lame now. Just reveal the game. Like nobody fucking cares. Like all the leakers are saying that too, which usually they're the ones that are all excited. So it's dumb.
Okay.
But that's where it's from.
In any case, that's where it's from. Yeah. So this is the dog.
Wow.
DAWG. It's an acronym, and I hate it. And it looks like a mantis from BO4, kind of. A little
It
quadruped.
looks like a robotic dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it also looks like that.
Like it says, yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. But it's the size of like a mantis. So we might be getting a mantis back called the dog. That's what I think of when I see this. Anyway. Next thing here is a robot. And it's a protector. Okay, so this doesn't really matter too much for like the multiplayer game. This might. The HKD, a compact yet mighty addition to our autonomous ground-based unit family. Monitor perimeter, sweep tight corridors, or delivering necessary relief. It can be deployed in seconds. No charging cables or operators required. So I don't know if this is supposed to be an RCXD or something else.
Call in or something. I don't know.
Or it's not even like a kill streak even, maybe. Like, because, yeah, we don't really know. This could just be like campaign shit for all we know. But I would imagine the dog is going to be a kill streak for sure. This probably also, but I don't know what it would do. I don't see any guns on it. But it's about RCXD sized with some big fat tires. And the Legion drone, which is a quadcopter. Operates solo or as part of a synchronized swarm system. It's an aerial ally that keeps a watchful eye on everything and forgets nothing. So I'm not seeing any weapons on this either, though, actually.
Doesn't sound like it. Yeah, it sounds like it's almost like a
Oh, well, it says and
UAV
intervention when
type
called
thing,
for. So this could be hunter-killer drones type beat. Or drone swarm, whatever it was called.
Huh. Yeah.
Remember that streak?
Yeah.
Because it says it could operate in a swarm system. So it's kind of interesting. Not too big of a deal. I mean, who cares? And let's just a quick look at the comments. This is on a Charlie Intel tweet, so these are ostensibly COD fans. Nobody asked for a future COD. Just give us a Modern Warfare. Got it? That's got 79 likes. Another one, I deleted BO6 this weekend, LOL, onto better things, and a picture of Battlefield 6, which we'll get into. 226 likes. So that's good stuff.
Might as well call it Fortnite 2.0. 284 likes. Wow.
Yep. Which makes a lot less sense here than it would on like a Beavis and Butthead thing, but whatever. Looking forward to the SpongeBob skin, and it's a robotic SpongeBob. That's a great little quip. I like that. Already more peak than Battlefield 6. Well done at Call of Duty. So that guy wants to get a COD Next invite. He has 100 followers. He's a long way away.
This is a boomer comment. Battlefield 6 is about to shit all over Activision at the full release of their game, just like me every morning after I've had my coffee.
This person's 100.
That is a lame joke. That is a super lame joke. My God.
Really lame joke. And his tag, his handle is RXD LXRD So Rod Lord, Red Lord,
Yeah, no.
Rad Lord, Red Lord,
Yeah, no.
Rad Lord, and then an American flag. So what do we want to bet this is a veteran? Because I would put it at a 95% chance that it's going to say veteran in the biography on this. That's what I'm gathering here. So let's take a look. Gamer enjoys Christian living in the freedom of grace, not bound by religion. Former Coast Guard. Yeah. So of course it was a veteran. He wasn't. Yeah. He might be, but
this is a bot
say.
account, actually.
But that's a boomer or maybe a bot.
No,
yeah,
this is a
could
bot
be a
account.
bot.
That's not a real person.
That could be a Russian bot. I really thought that was going to be a veteran.
Trash.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. So
that's the sentiment on Twitter.
There's
anyway.
one more too that a leaker posted.
One more what?
One more little item here. The GQC. Venturing towards our mission for future global security, the Advanced R&D Division is currently developing a next-gen quadrupedal initiative engineered for autonomous... Oh, this looks more like a mantis. What the fuck is this? That's a mantis.
Oh, really?
It's got a turret on top. Yeah.
Okay.
Real-time targeting, turreted firepower. Okay.
Well, yeah, there you go. So not who really cares, their kill streaks, whatever. This next thing I think is actually super interesting, though. BO7 will reportedly have a final campaign mission that is a 32-player extraction-based shooter mission where players can lose all gear if they die in it. It's reportedly taking place on the entire Avalon map. Okay. So that... I don't know what to think of that. So this is coming from Tom Henderson. And I actually want to go to the article here. Because...
Yeah, I've got the article here.
Yeah, I have it up. Okay. So yeah, it was just a bad tweet. BO7 campaign and multi will merge with... Oh, never mind. A 32-player mode on Avalon. So here we go. Let's see. According to sources who wish to remain anonymous, as they couldn't talk about the game's plans, BO7's hotly rumored Avalon map will be the title's 12th and final mission in the BO7 campaign. Although some POIs in Avalon will be present as a part of the game's campaign, which can be played in up to 4-player co-op, short for co-op. I don't know why I did that. The fully fledged map will be the game's final mission. The final mission sounds like an extraction-based shooter where players will need to complete objectives and extract, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what that means. It was said that the mission will be hardcore and similar to other extraction shooters on the market. It won't be. If you're killed and your squad is wiped, you'll lose all your character's progress, and I don't know what that means. So, okay, the last mission of the campaign, let's just keep reading, actually. Let's see. That's it. That's all the information. Okay. So.
Well, that next line people are talking a lot about too. Is part of the game's full progression integration across 3 game modes: campaign, multiplayer, and zombies. Or no matter where or what you play, you'll still progress. So that means even in campaign, you can level up guns and stuff, which it's not that way and hasn't been yet, I don't think. But people have always kind of talked about that, like, oh, it'd be nice if they released. Well, only if they release the campaign early. If they release the campaign early and you can start leveling guns, that's kind of cool. If it releases the same time, then this doesn't matter. But yeah.
Yeah, that is cool, being able to level guns and shit in campaign. But what I just have so many questions on what this means. Okay,
I don't believe a single word of this, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it means. Like, if this is true, we're missing so much other information and context.
So much information, yeah.
That you can't make sense of it because, okay, the final campaign mission is 32-player multiplayer. So does that mean, well, I guess you haven't been able to play offline for a long time now, so, but like you can't play single player for the campaign, number one. Number two, I now have to PvP in the campaign. That seems really difficult to believe.
Yeah.
I'll lose my progress. What progress? I'll have to restart the campaign over, or I'll have to restart the campaign mission over. Because I'm assuming what that means is this is the last mission of the campaign, but it's a long campaign mission. And if you'll lose all your progress on that campaign mission. I guess that's fair to say you'll lose all your progress, but if that's the case, it's just like, well, I guess most campaigns have checkpoints, don't they? And this one just doesn't. Maybe that's what that means. So that's fair, I guess. Because I can't imagine it means you have to restart the campaign. There's no fucking way that's true. But I'm also just, I don't think I believe any of this either. Unless, again, there is so much other missing context. Because also, what do you do if you just want to play the campaign solo? You random fill into a squad to play campaign? That doesn't seem right either. Like, none of it makes sense to me.
None of this makes sense, and it's not happening. It's just, I think, poorly worded, poorly written. I can see them having some weird little mode on Avalon, but it obviously is not going to be like connected to the campaign. Like, you'll be able to play it somehow. You're not just going to have to finish the campaign and get there, and then it'll throw you in it. None of it makes sense. So
yeah,
and I hope that helps.
That's what I'm thinking. So what's interesting here then? If this is all fake, what's interesting? What's interesting is this probably does mean that we are getting Avalon in some capacity. Yeah, that's the interesting takeaway here. It's not that, the last mission in the campaign is a 32 multiplayer mode on Avalon, because I just don't believe that that's true. But what I think is that is real is that there is probably going to be a 32 player mode on Avalon in BO7. That's the interesting thing. Because if it's not a campaign mission, which I don't see how it could be, what would it be? And that's an interesting conversation. The best case scenario is it's like DMZ2 and it's done pretty well. That's like the best case scenario I can imagine. Or Resurgence, our Resurgence map, but it's probably too big for a Resurgence map. And then the worst case scenario is it's another like Spec Ops mode. Like we had Spec Ops in MW 2 or whatever, and it was just fucking awful and not fun and bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I could easily see. In fact, that's almost the most likely thing I could see that Avalon is. It's like a Spec Ops mode. Like, oh, okay. Cool.
Yes, something like that.
And those were just never fun or good. Like the PS5 exclusive modes that aren't PS5 exclusive anymore, those modes. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't understand any of this, so.
Yeah, I really don't know what to make of it.
And that makes sense why Charlie Intel's tweet was so dumb, because there's nothing to make sense of there. So
yeah. So, but the one good thing is that it seems very likely, based on this and having known about Avalon for quite a while now, that we will have Avalon in the game. It'll be like in the files so they can use it for something. So even if they don't plan on using it for like Warzone necessarily on launch or at all, they might shift their plans and be like, all right, we're going to let people play Avalon Warzone. And that would be new. So just having Avalon like coded in for anything, it unlocks it for any other mode that you might actually care about. So like if it is going to be in like a Spec Ops shit game mode on launch, that's bad news, but that means they've coded Avalon into the game. You can play on the map. And if they want to, they can be like, all right, deploy Avalon Resurgence or Warzone. And then we're maybe talking, depending on the quality of the map and more importantly, obviously, the game itself, which is obviously, of course, an open question. So, but still having Avalon in is cool. So that's interesting for that reason.
Yeah. And Avalon will be in the game in some capacity, obviously.
Yeah.
Other than the campaign, I would imagine. So.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So
very interesting.
Other than that, I did want to find, I meant to link this, but I'm going to find it.
So there are a lot of BO7 leaks. I think we just talk about that on Saturday. Because like Ghost of Hope has tweeted a lot about some leaks and maps and gameplay and other things. So I think we'll get more into all of that Saturday, because I'm sure he'll also have more out by then. Because there are quite a few tweets to go over, some really interesting things to cover.
Yes, I agree. I've already gone over all of those leaks personally and knew about them and decided we're going to do that on Saturday. I just forgot to mention that. But yeah, that's what we'll be talking about on Saturday.
Yeah.
100%. Because the Objective of Battlefield podcast ignored our request for an episode. So.
No.
So really bad news. Yeah, Battlefield's bad. So speaking of Battlefield, so anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it on the COD front. You know, Season 5 happened. Better than I expected, but it's still Warzone in this year. And I'm waiting for next year.
Yeah.
And then on the BO7 front, nothing really exciting except for the Avalon thing. But we kind of already knew we were getting Avalon, so not too crazy, but just some more evidence on that. So
yeah.
What everyone is talking about, including Call of Duty players, however, and as I'm sure many of you are aware, is the Battlefield 6 beta, which is now out for season or for weekend 2. This is an open beta. I played a bit on the first weekend, and it took me about 3 hours to get it right. So first you had to get access to it. So I was like, okay, whatever. You watch and then you get access. And then instead of just clicking on the button, because the button just takes you to where you need to enter the code, it doesn't enter the code for you. You have to open the notification and then just read the little tiny numbers or characters and then type them in manually like an asshole, because Twitch is a shitty website. You do that. And then you install Battlefield beta on Steam or EA. I chose Steam, because EA is a terrible platform, but turns out Steam is too, I guess. So I install it on Steam, and then I launch it on Steam, and it says, no, you actually have to have secure boot enabled, which has been going around. This is supposed to stop people from cheating. Good start. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm bugged, but fine. I forgot. I should have known. So I go into my BIOS. I enable secure boot. I don't know what the fuck that is, by the way. I don't know what secure boot means. I have no idea what it means. If it's a setting in the BIOS of a computer, I don't know what it does. That's it. So I know some things about computers and what they do and the settings, and when you change them, what happens. If we're at the desktop, once we get in the BIOS, magic. It's magical, and I don't know what's happening. Took me a while to even find the setting. Finally found it, turned secure boot on. Launched, still didn't let me launch the game. Secure boot not enabled. I did it wrong. So then I go back in the BIOS, I try again, and then I got it right this time. So then cool. All right, well, secure boot's on now, so I can launch the game. Wrong. You need to update your NVIDIA graphics driver. Okay, why? No game has made me do this, but whatever, that's fine. Update my driver, restart my computer for time number 3 now. Got it. Come back in, launch the game. Wrong. You have to have your Steam overlay on. No game ever has made me have the Steam overlay on. I fucking hate the Steam overlay, and I don't want it on. So I say, no, not doing it. And I fucking press space to get past this menu, and the game exits. Okay. Then I turn on my Steam overlay like an asshole, and then it lets me run it. And then my GPU heats up to 95 degrees. So that was cool too.
How hot was it actually getting?
Like 86.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So then I just limited my frames. That was an afterburner issue though. But then I finally got in the beta, which we're going to talk about right now, actually. The beta happened. So yeah, weekend 1. I finally got in, and it was pretty fun. It was pretty good. The shotgun was insanely overpowered, and the audio was awful. Footstep audio, really bad. And then Enders agrees with me But then all the people in my Discord who have played for 2 hours cumulatively are telling me the audio is perfect. So who do you guys think is right? But that's fine.
I mean, we were standing next to each other playing today. I'm like, there's guys to the left. You don't hear them, like 3 footsteps running up, and you never heard anything. So
I saw
don't
you
know what
look
to tell
at
you.
and ping them before you
I don't know
said
what
that.
to tell you. Like,
So you saw them and you didn't hear them,
Yeah.
and you lied to me. So
Yeah. Okay. I hope
anyway,
that helps.
other than that, though, it was fine. It was pretty fun. And then we played a little bit again this weekend, right before the pod today. And
Yeah.
it was also fun. And like I said on our Patreon Gone Public episode, I think it's our very last episode, actually, which we had done prior to any of the betas happening, or the weekend one beta at least. It was exactly what I expected. It's like, okay, this is cool. This is a solid Battlefield experience. And I'm getting pretty much exactly what I expected. And this is kind of the beauty of being a casual of some game franchise. Yeah, I don't need much. And this is how many of you treat Call of Duty. So I can now more easily empathize with your position. You say, oh, why does it matter that when I run over an armor plate, it doesn't automatically pick up and I might have to do it twice sometimes? Kill yourself is what I want to say. But if an equivalent thing were happening in Battlefield, I wouldn't care because I'm a casual. I play a couple hours a week, maybe, until my friends get bored of it and I'll fucking never play it again. So a bug like that is just not going to bug me that much. So when I played the Battlefield beta this weekend, I had a complaint. It was that the footstep audio was leaving much to be desired, in my opinion. That was kind of it. There are definitely some other little things I could nitpick about, mainly on the quality of life side, but quality of life things that I want fixed will be fixed. Like, those are things that are easily fixed from beta to launch. As a reminder, by the way, when you're playing any video game beta, just know it's not a beta, it's a free trial to get you to buy the game. The game they're not asking for feedback. They're not asking for criticism. They're not going to make improvements. And most importantly, the game will not change. It is not going to meaningfully change ever from beta to launch. We've seen this in the last 5 Call of Duty betas. We've seen it 5 times. People will say, oh, man, the footstep audio is really dog shit in this beta for insert COD game in the last 5 years. And Tanner and I would say, hey, and then they'll go on to say, but that's fine. It's a beta, and they'll probably make it better before release.
Yeah, that's the
And
classic
then we
line.
laugh and we say, hey, no, they won't. They never do. The game is done. It's not going to meaningfully change. So anything that matters or is important that you don't like in the beta, get happy with it because it's not changing. They never do. So things that matter like visibility or footstep audio or, I don't know, like fucking hit registration, tank health, none of these things will ever change. So if you don't like them in the beta, you're not going to like them for the next 3 years of Battlefield 6. That's true of all video games. But again, for me, a casual, I don't have any of those complaints. Mine are things that could reasonably be changed, like let me limit my FPS when I'm in the menus, or let me edit my loadout while I'm in queue for the next match. Things like that. Those things actually could change from beta to launch. Those are things that you could expect to change. Menu things, QOL changes, but anything that actually matters, you better hope you like it. So, yeah. What have your thoughts been, man? You haven't played much, but...
I expect a little better. My main complaint, pretty much primarily, is that everything feels clunky with the movement, which is not how 2042 felt, which I'll just compare it to that because that's the latest Battlefield game. That game was is smooth as fuck. And I would say that numerous times. After every time I'd play, I'd be like, dude, this game is way more smooth, fast, feels better than Warzone. The slide was nasty. The jumping feels good. Going from like a slide or a jump to ADS felt good. All of that's entirely gone in this game. The slide is very clunky. There's a lot of aim sway. There's a lot of aim bob. When you jump around corners, your reticle moves a lot.
Bob's
it just
lots.
feels like so much of that is gone now. And I honestly feel like that is why a lot of COD players are liking this beta a lot, because to me, it feels closer to how COD feels in that regard than like the latest Battlefield did. Because 2042, no matter how bad you think it was, in that way was smooth as hell. And this game is just not like that. But there are so many like settings too, and I'm not going to waste my time trying to figure all that out because it's a beta. I also just don't like betas in general usually because it doesn't give you the full view of everything. It feels like a waste of time playing it because you're not leveling anything up. So it's kind of just like that's part of it too, as to why I always just usually don't have a very high opinion of betas. I'm sure I'll end up liking the full release, but I expect it a lot better, honestly. To play the beta?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
already
texted me to play it, and I was like, last weekend, I was like, oh, did you get access? And he's like, oh, never mind. Yeah. And I was like, all right, well, get the beta. It's open to everyone now.
I told him last night that I was going to be playing the beta today, and he said, okay. And then I texted him like an hour ago, and I said, the beta sucks. And he said, okay, I uninstalled it.
God damn it. God damn it, man.
He might have just said that. I don't know if he actually will, but I was like, it's ass, don't bother. But I don't know. I expected a lot better. The maps suck a lot. They're too filled with clutter, too. That's the other thing that's bugging me a lot. We need to stop filling maps with clutter everywhere. It's just annoying. Smoke just randomly comes from the ground.
Lots of smoke.
I don't know why.
Yep.
They're all hazy. The lighting is like how Warzone has been for periods where you're inside of a building looking out and all you see is white. It's just so bright that you can't see anything, but they can see in clearly. So it's got those lighting issues where it's like they try to make it too realistic and then it just ends up harming the gameplay. So that's really bad too. Gunplay, I guess, didn't feel as good as I thought it did, but also, like, again, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time going through graphic settings to, like, try to get better frames, to have better, less input lag to make the game feel better, because it's a beta, so I don't care that much. But, I don't know. I was definitely disappointed, I would say. I'm not sure I'll even play the beta again this week. I'll probably play it a little bit more on Monday, but just, like, those core things for me, the movement feeling clunky and like lighting problems. I mean, that's enough to just make me not like the game alone, because that's such a core aspect of the game. When the movement feels clunky, I don't know. I'm not going to end up liking it, honestly.
Yeah, which is fair.
So we'll see. I give the beta like a 6 at most right now. Rush is playing awful. I've seen a lot of people talk about that. Most people seem to think, I saw a pretty good tweet actually from Westy, I think. What's that guy's name? That I think this is why we might not like Rush. He said, I'm actually so disappointed with the Rush game mode. Literally my favorite ever mode in Battlefield. Okay, so he thinks the reason is the MCOM locations are just in very poor spots, which could be it. Those are the things you arm. There's zero space in between the sectors for attackers to move up, and defenders can push right up to attacker spawns, leading to spawn camp. The Empire State MCOM, which I thought that map was terrible, is now less than 3 meters from the defender spawn line. So it's crazy. Like they can just spawn back in and they're on the MCOM. So maybe that's what it was too. It seems like before in Rush, after you cap an area, there's a decent downtime. You run up, you got to start moving in. There's no fighting for a while, but this is like you almost can't tell you've moved on to the next MCOM. I don't know. So, but once the full game is out too, I can play more of the modes I want. Like I just want to play Breakthrough, but I queued for the mode with Rush and or Breakthrough, and we got Rush 4 times in a row. So got it. And then Conquest, Liberation Peak. Is that what it's called? Liberation Peak? Terrible fucking map, obviously. So bad. So that map blows cock, and that was the only one I played on Conquest. But I don't want to play Conquest with tanks and jets and planes. I just want to play like mostly infantry only. So Breakthrough's my favorite mode by far, and I haven't been able to play that. So that's the other thing. I did like the regular like Dom, King of the Hill modes better than like Conquest though. So I like the small maps. Those maps played the best in my opinion. Like their little hardpoint mode, Dom, that was fun. That felt more like COD multiplayer, but like in the long run, would I like it? Probably not. I'd get bored just like COD multiplayer because there's not enough going on. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not super impressed so far, but I think I'll end up liking the full release.
Yeah, which is all fair. And you've played a lot more Battlefield than I have, so. But yeah, from my perspective, it's been hold on, I gotta kill it. Never mind. I gotta kill a mosquito before it sucks me dry, but
that's a skeeter.
But it's gone. It's gone forever, so I'll just hemorrhage. It's fine. Yeah, my experience has been almost exactly what I expected it to be. I expected it to be pretty fun, and it is pretty fun. You know, like oddly, this weekend so far, I've been doing a lot better than last weekend. I think it's because I was trying some different guns finally, and I was using the support class, which is fucking busted. You get a deployable cover that has a respawn or cooldown of like not long. So you throw that bitch down, and by the time you want another one, you could have thrown 3 by now. And then you get like a little thing you throw down where if you stay in the circle, and it lasts like forever, you regen health on it and ammo. Because that's another thing that pissed me off is like I was always running out of ammo because I was just playing like assault class or whatever, like the default one. But then I tried this class and I was like, oh, I'm not running out of ammo anymore. This is really nice. And then I started just fucking frying. I think we went 14-1 today on one of the maps, and then we won because we like held them off the very first objective. So I've been having fun when there aren't vehicles. Yeah. So the moment I run into a tank, the game's not fun anymore. The moment I see a helicopter shooting me, the game isn't fun anymore. And the snipers are insanely fucking overpowered. They're like so busted OP. Gotcha, bitch. Sorry. Murdered a mosquito. But yeah, that's kind of been my experience. So it's been pretty fun. I'm excited for the game to launch. I will say that. Cause yeah, it would be a lot more fun if I were actually leveling shit for real. That would be fucking cool. So, and then the last thing, or go ahead.
I was going to say this too, cause it came out last week about Call of Duty, but with this whole secure boot thing, this is going to be required for Black Ops 7, by the way.
Oh.
So games are moving to this. Again, I don't fully understand what it means. We'll look into it at some point more. But Charlie Intel said back on the 6th, the rollout testing will start in phases with Warzone Season 5, and it will be required starting with Black Ops 7. And that one game dev for Riot, he retweeted this and he said, well, it's never too late, but it's finally good to see this happen, as it does impact cheats greatly. This is a good step in the right direction for the entire gaming ecosystem. Good job to both Call of Duty and Battlefield's anti-cheat teams for pushing more towards a secure gaming platform. It won't stop things like DMA, I don't know what that is, but it does put up a big barrier to eliminate and detect/prevent spoofers. Oh, that's good. Better, and also eliminate a large portion of cheats. I want to make sure you guys all understand that having the features enabled is one thing, but it's about how you use them in anti-cheat that matters the most here. Regardless, this is a big W. And he's a guy who's been very...
He's the super base
outspoken.
one we covered?
Yeah. He's been very outspoken about like how COD's anti-cheat is a joke. So the fact he's saying this is a big W and it's going to impact cheats greatly, that's a good sign for Warzone going into next year and then also Battlefield this year.
Yeah.
So that's good to hear.
Well, I want to believe all of that. I'll say that. Really want to. But Activision will fuck it. It's official. I'm done considering that there will be a working anti-cheat. I'm done. I'm done doing it. So it won't happen. There's no fucking way. I don't know what they would have to do. Maybe this would have been the first step, but too late. Too late. Don't care. Didn't ask. And by now, I mean, Secure Boot's probably been a feature for fucking 10 years. And all the cheat developers have already developed past this, and they're way ahead of them already. That's my guess. I don't know how. I don't know the technical details, but I am done believing that Call of Duty Warzone will ever not have an egregious cheating problem. I'm done. So cool, I guess, but
Yeah.
they'll fuck it up somehow. Or like the guy said, this is the first step, but it still depends on how the anti-cheat is utilized. That'll be the point of failure. But there's like going to be some issue. Because like, why haven't we had this sooner then? Because I know this has been a BIOS feature for a long fucking time. So why weren't we using it? If we care so much about cheaters, like the fucking 18 blog posts we've gotten from Ricochet. Which was developed, Ricochet, by the way, which was created far after Secure Boot was. So like, the fuck are we doing? Like, yeah, probably just doesn't matter. The moment I thought that they were doing pretty well with the anti-cheat shit at the end of season 5 going into season 6, and then I was very wrong. That's when I said, okay, they don't care anymore. They never will. That's my position. So I don't think they care enough, even if this is the right step. I would love to be proven wrong. We'll let you guys know, though, but I would be fucking shocked. So, speaking of cheaters, this is the last thing we're going to go over today. Some bitch was cheating on Battlefield, supposedly. So this is from Riley CS. If you have a Twitter account, I'm sure you've seen this.
Yes. Yeah.
This, so this is a trans girl. Okay. Who I guess plays video games. And she uploaded on the 8th of August, so from last weekend, a little montage of her playing the beta. So she's on keyboard and mouse. That's why she's doing this. And it's a montage of like kills or whatever. For context, this clip has 77 million views. And for those of you wondering, that's a lot. So we're going to watch this real quick.
That is a lot, dude. Jesus
That's
Christ.
a fucking ton. Yeah. So we're going to watch this real quick.
Oh my god.
And we have, it's just like a bunch of Twitch clips spliced together. It's like a best of. So you can just watch the stream if you want, Tanner. We're not really going to pause it at all, but I just want to kind of give everyone a...
Oh my god, you did follow me in Delta.
We're going to give everyone a little sample here.
That was
just
so
watch the
long
full
ago.
thing, really. It's 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Oh my god,
it's just
what the
someone
fuck?
hitting
I'm
some like
nuts.
good flicks so far. This is the notorious one where
I flicked
she
straight at
flicks
that guy
like
through
through
the
the
wall.
wall or whatever.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
Targeting 240 FPS. Good
We actually won't be
computer.
watching the whole thing, but we'll watch a little bit more here. That's already enough. And as a result of this, I mean, so we have what? How many quote tweets do we have here? How do you look at quote tweets?
I don't even know if you can anymore because Elon ruined Twitter. There used to be a button where you can click and see every quote retweet, and they removed that because he ruined Twitter a lot. So yeah. So you just can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I guess not. So anyway, this person was fucking just, I mean, shit all over on the timeline.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying, oh, this, I was going to say it, but I shouldn't. This slur is a cheater. They're obviously cheating. It was probably, probably like 90% of the people I saw online were saying like, oh, this person's like obviously cheating. And then everyone who's ever played a video game before was saying, well, no, they're not.
Anybody decent was saying the opposite. Yeah.
They're
Metaphor,
pretty fucking
Huskers,
obviously
Breadman.
not
All the
cheating.
good caveman players were like, yeah, it's obviously not cheating. Oh my God, dude. People get so baited by the flicks. And what they don't realize is nobody ever goes and watches full streams. It's the same thing. We talked about this a long time ago with Nadia. Everyone's like, oh, Nadia cheats. I don't know, but when you go and watch her full streams, she doesn't know where everybody's at all the time. People will take literally 1 30-second clip of Nadia squad wiping somebody in Warzone, a squad, and they're like, oh, she's walling, obviously. But they never go and do any further research. They never go and watch a stream, watch other clips, nothing. And they base everything off of that short amount of gameplay. And that's what's happening here too. So like, that's what I did. I was kind of just going through her clips. There's a reason that one was posted, because it, like you said, it was a compilation of clips. She just loses most gunfights, actually. Like, people like this, that's how they play. They attempt flicks like that. I mean, that's probably one of the, in an 8-hour stream, probably 500 actually flicks like that she tried to do. And they probably hit like 20 of those out of 500. It's not that often. And then most of them don't end up looking that good. So this one people thought was sus because she did a flick and it was through a wall looking at some guy. But then when you slow it down and actually look at it, like Ender slowed it down, he showed screenshots. Like, she didn't even flick on the person's body. They just get baited by seeing a flick.
Yeah.
He's like, if you look here, the body was like feet to the right. It's just a dumb flick to bait people. And then when she actually saw the person, when she was able to like ADS move around the corner, then she started tracking and shot the guy. But it's not like it just flicked right onto the character's player model. And you can go through and watch old VODs. It's very obvious she's not cheating. Because when I first watched that too, I was like, oh, she could actually be cheating, because I saw Team EXE in the name, and Team EXE had to kick somebody out recently because one of them was cheating.
Actually cheating, yeah.
Yes, one of them was actually cheating. So I'm like, oh, some of this does look sus. And then I saw more clips, more gameplay. I'm like, oh, never mind. No, it's what people like this do.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
This is how they bait shitter fucks and get so many views. So congratulations, this person is now going to explode on Twitch because you've all gotten mad thinking she's cheating.
Yeah.
Like, I just have the gameplay playing right now as I'm talking, and I'm just walking, or I'm watching. It's like she shoots and just does a random 180 flick behind her. There's nobody there at all.
Yeah.
There's nobody back there.
Yep.
And so then she just turns around and starts running the other direction. They do it for views like this because it baits retard fucks like you who thinks she's cheating. So congratulations, you've gotten baited hard. That's what these people do. There is a large group of people who play this way, and it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Many of whom are very embarrassing and cringe on Twitter, by the way. Like, this whole AIM community shit, lots of super autistic, nerdy cringe. I'm a 36.235 centimeter supremacist.
It's extremely
They'll write
gay,
tier lists of people who can aim on their Twitter, and it's just full of no one you've ever heard of that are all like their Discord members. It's like a very, very like hyper niche, hyper autistic community, but they are fucking good. But this is how they play. Yeah. Asmongold, everyone's done a video on this. So Donald Trump had a press release on it. Asmongold did a video on it as well. Everyone talked about it. One of the things Asmongold, so Tanner, by the way, Tanner's totally right. That's the biggest argument, obviously, is like, dude, this is a 2-minute montage of probably 16 hours of gameplay where they are trying every single life to randomly flick where they think people might be and then kill them. And probably 19 out of 20 times, no one's even remotely close. And then it's, okay, that doesn't go in the montage then. You're only seeing the successes and you're a retard. So that's happening. Number 2, by the way, you don't even have to do that. You can watch these clips themselves and it's obvious she overflicks most of the time and then micro adjusts to get back on the person. So she's not flicking right to the people, like almost ever. Occasionally when they're like quite close, but I didn't see any 90s where they're bang on target. That's like, yeah, sometimes it'll happen, but usually you overflick or underflick slightly and then you get on target. So like, you don't even have to go look at all the whiffs to realize obviously this person isn't cheating. But whatever. And then Asmongold was like, Yeah, I think she's cheating because, by the way,
He's such a
Asmongold
stupid fuck.
is a fucking retard. He's not. I kind of like him.
No,
he's
he
kind
actually
of,
seems pretty smart. He's just
he's kind of insane now, but he's whatever. I don't. He's in this domain. He's a complete retard though. Like he's not a gamer. He's not like a pro gamer at literally anything. His main game was like World of Warcraft, and in that, he wasn't a competitive raider or PvPer. He was a mount collector and an entertainer.
Yeah,
which is fine. Good for you. There's nothing wrong with that. But like he's never been competitive at any video game, let alone an FPS game. And he was saying like, oh yeah, my thing is I think they're cheating because if they were this good, why aren't they on a professional team? And a lot of people were echoing this argument, which is facile because on its face, that's a good question. Like, oh yeah, if this person is this good, why isn't she on some kind of pro like Counter-Strike team or something? That's because she probably goes 50 and 40. Like,
yeah.
This isn't that. I mean, this is hard and she is good. And she's definitely better than me, obviously. And if she like really tried to play the objective or whatever, sure, she'd do great. But there is a huge difference between being able to construct a Twitter montage of select curated clips that look fancy and playing Counter-Strike for $1 million, holding some left angle and whatever, doing Counter-Strike things. It's an entirely different skill set, and it's way more difficult to be a Counter-Strike pro than do this. You guys, many of you who don't believe this person is not cheating, would be shocked to know there are, I'm not joking, hundreds of thousands right now of equivalent montages exactly like this on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
What there are not are hundreds of thousands of Counter-Strike professional caliber players on Earth. This person is in no way any FPS KBAM professional caliber player. Maybe she is, but I doubt it.
No.
This is not evidence of that. It's not even close. This is way fucking easier to do than be a Valorant pro or a Counter-Strike pro, and it's not close at all. It's not remotely fucking close. Because here, what happens? Okay, I hit a sick clip on randoms in Publix lobbies, or I die. That's it. To be a professional FPS player, I'm playing against only other professionals, and I either get this kill or we lose, and then I get dropped from the team. Like, it's so much different. It's so much different that it just doesn't make any fucking sense. So again, Asmongold doesn't know anything. So like, I can see where he's coming from making that argument. It's just not correct at all because they're not that good. They're not as good as they look.
They're good at aiming, and that's it. They might not have good game. They might not have anything else. They're just good at aiming. And that's also why usually this type of play style, you only see them in multiplayer because like they're not good in Warzone because this doesn't work in something like a BR in Warzone with more health generally because they flick quickly and they shoot a few bullets. And most of the time they just get lucky. So like this doesn't work in other games. This is why you don't see any KBAM players who play like Warzone competitively. They're like 1.5 remaining play like this because it wouldn't ever work.
Yeah, but, exactly.
Yeah. And then one of the things you were saying about like, you were mentioning like when she flicks, she has to micro adjust. There were a lot of people making the argument where they were saying like, yeah, it's because it's the or what is it called? Like that type of aim where it gets close to them, but it purposely doesn't lock on. So it looks less sus. But then the thing is, when people actually cheat like that, once they get close, once they do a flick and get close, the bullets all end up like hitting the same spot on the body, where hers are not like that. She'll still like go to the right and miss a little bit, go to the left and miss a little bit. It looks less like aimbot than actually bog standard Call of Duty aim assist once she's on target, because she still has to like adjust and move a little bit and miss a shot. So it looks less like aimbot then. then caught aim assist. Hope that helps. But yeah, I mean, if you think she's cheating, just simply go to any of her VODs that she's ever done and watch literally 3 minutes of it. And if you're not a complete dumb fuck, you'll realize she's not cheating. So
yeah,
hope that helps.
It's extremely obvious. Yeah. You shouldn't have even needed to do that to figure it out if you cared this much and watched closely for 2 seconds. Cause like Tanner just said, regularly missing, over aiming when she is on target. It's not all like upper chest. It's just not. And then, yeah, if you still don't believe it, then go to fucking, yeah. So just super obviously not cheating. Everyone disagrees. And obviously a lot of it is, cause she's like a trans girl.
I think that's what a lot of it is, honestly.
That's obviously a lot of it because why else? Like I said, I'm not joking. There are hundreds of thousands of other montages exactly like this. Probably literally hundreds of other montages from this very first weekend BF6 beta specifically of this caliber and this length, no one gave a fuck about. So, I wonder why. And they say it too. They're like, oh yeah, she's just like out of touch with reality and whatever the fuck. Which is just like weird shit. Like, it's super embarrassing and cringe. Yeah.
Dude, I saw Enders arguing with this one guy, or like quote tweet this one guy, and
the DM.
He had said there were a ton of them, but it was something like, dude, tweets. Somebody responded to Enders and they're like, dude, you're an idiot. She was literally caught cheating. Like, there's proof of it. And he unironically links the Call of Shame video of him calling her cheating. No. Like, these people, they're just brain dead. They're so brain dead. I don't know how they get baited so easily.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah.
But, yeah, it's kind of, boy, Call of Shame comments are funny, dude. Yeah, this is really funny. I went to the Call of Shame video about this, and one of the comments is still talking about how Symphony is still cheating. He had crazy lock on in Warzone.
Right. Yes, exactly.
It's really a special place. It blows my mind every time that people just cannot figure this stuff out for themselves, that they're just that dumb. But there are a lot of things going around. Like, she has Steam account bans, and she literally showed proof. She's like, I have 2 Steam accounts that I've had for years, and neither of them have a VAC ban. I'm not sure what you're talking about. There were also people going around saying, well, she unlisted all of her she deleted all of her old YouTube videos, and she's like, no, I didn't. They're literally all still there. I didn't delete any. Like, it's just straight up people just are spreading like lies about everything.
Yeah.
And then the last one was
she unlisted all of her Twitch views because she got banned because she got mass reported. So then people were like, oh, she got banned on Twitch. She was definitely cheating. First of all, Twitch couldn't know that. Second of all, she's now unbanned and probably partnered with 8,000 viewers thanks to these people.
People use a Twitch ban.
It auto unlists all your videos if you get banned on Twitch.
Exactly. And people like genuinely think a Twitch ban means that person is cheating. Twitch doesn't have access to that game. She's not even banned from the game. If you think Twitch bans for that and they know if that person is cheating or not, again, you're fucking retarded. I don't know how else to put it. So, none of that's true. She's on Twitch streaming. She's unbanned. She did get banned for like 24 hours or something. And now
because she got mass reported by
So
people that are very upset. Really funny stuff. Yeah.
And she had like, I think 800, 1,000 viewers the next stream. So good job, guys. You made her popular. Exactly what you probably didn't want to do. So really nice work.
And good for her. And another one of the detractors was the Act Man. And I didn't know, I've heard that name, but I don't know really who it is. I was telling Jake about this. And Act Man was like, oh, this person's definitely cheating, whatever. And then someone quote tweeted that tweet from Act Man and was like, this is coming from the guy, by the way, who said this. And then he linked a clip of one of Act Man's videos. You're not going to fucking believe this, okay? So evidently in one of Act Man's videos, I think it was from the BO6 beta. Okay. So Actman's YouTube video talking about the BO6 beta, and the clip starts with an excerpt of his video. One of the things is that keyboard and mouse is going to be really, or excuse me, I'm so sorry, is really powered in Black Ops 6 because of how easily you can manipulate, and I mean manipulate, he says, the movement mechanics on keyboard and mouse. And then he stops talking and shows two examples of people manipulating the movement to get kills. You'll never guess what the clips are of.
What do they have?
Both of the clips are a person styling on other people, and they are playing on a controller. That was his evidence that K-Bam is overpowered because it can abuse the movement mechanics. His evidence for that was two clips of people on a fucking controller abusing the movement mechanics. A colossal fucking retard. That is all I had to see. Hate him. I hate that guy. I know nothing else about him other than that, and I hate him. Cade. But anyway, so yeah, it's all just complete insanity. But yeah, I mean, she's thriving now, much to the chagrin of many of the detractors, many of whom are just, yeah, like genuinely just like transphobes, which is cringe. Let people do what they want. Who cares? But yeah, super not cheating. And it's still being talked about. But yeah, it's just amazing to me. And these are the people, this is why we have casual Warzone.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's such a lack of, honestly, just raw IQ. They're just missing too much. And to be fair, so a lot of this in particular, it was like the trans thing. They're mad about that. But there's also a lot of people who aren't like transphobes or whatever. They just fucking hate cheaters, and this is the popular thing. So they're really mad about it because they genuinely think she's cheating and they hate cheaters. I sympathize with those people. Hey, no one hates a cheater more than I do.
Yeah, true.
No one hates a cheater more than I do.
Cheating.
We all hate cheaters, but if they're not cheating, then, you know, wrong target, bad target. So, yeah, clearly not cheating.
Not even Shroud is this good, and he's called human aimbot. Riley is cheating 100%. Yeah, again, these people think Shroud is the gold standard of K-Bam players. There are tens of thousands of no-name players who don't cheat that are better at aiming at video games than Shroud. Hope that helps. Yeah. Shroud is fucking 35.
Yeah, he's old now. Yeah.
There are so many better players than him.
And by the way, it's not to say this Riley person is better than Shroud. I have no fucking idea, but very well could not be. Shroud doesn't play for clips. And like, do you guys think if Shroud wanted to make a 2-minute Battlefield 6 Weekend 2 montage of hitting 90s, do you think he couldn't do that?
Yeah.
Like, are you guys retarded? He could easily make an equivalent or better montage, perhaps, than this. In one weekend, fucking easily. He is really good still, obviously. Like, he's nuts. He could do it, but he doesn't play this way because he's a grown man and he's got his audience. And these streams are kind of fucking boring to watch.
They are.
Aimer streams where they're only trying to do this shit, in my opinion, the streams fucking suck if they're just trying to make a YouTube video because they fucking wide peak bunny hop a corner into the middle of a street and then get ultra mixy. And when it works, it's fucking nuts and really cool. Most of the time it doesn't, and they just fucking die. And then it's like, okay, man, like how many times are we going to do this? And then the stream's boring and I exit it and wait for the YouTube video. So that's why Shroud, among other reasons, there are a million reasons not to play this way, but like you're also not going to be winning games this way. You're going to be farming fucking clips. That's the whole thing. Shroud doesn't play to farm clips. He doesn't care. He plays to like get kills, have fun, and win the game probably.
He goes live to receive $50,000 per stream.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he just doesn't play this way. But like, yeah, that's another thing is like people equating this with skill are just, yeah, they just don't get it. Like almost anyone could do this. Honestly, like I could do this. I just couldn't do it in one weekend.
No, it'd take a lot of time, but you could do the whole flick shit. It's just it's an aim style. It's a play style, but just most people don't do it because it's stupid.
Yeah. And when you don't hit the clip, it's like super boring and you just die. Because if you want to get 4 kills in 3 seconds, guess what? You have to be exposed to 4 people for that whole time. Most of the time you're going to die. Like, and if you miss the flick, you're going to die too. So like, you know, anyone could do this. I could do it. It would take me a month to get 2 minutes worth of clips, but like I could do it longer than that probably. But like anyone could do it. Yeah. So it's just people equating this with skill. She is good, obviously, like to be clear, but you know, it's it just people thinking like, oh, she should be a pro gamer. It's like, yeah, you don't get it. You never seen a video game in your life, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, that was like the hot button thing happening on the timeline. By the way, if you want to look at the clip yourself, at RileyCS_ is the handle.
Yeah.
Where you can find the original video. Or you can just search the word Catgirl on Twitter and on my algorithm, it was the first video to show up. On your guys' algorithm, maybe don't do that because you're degenerate, sick freaks, especially if you're that Reddit user. You probably have some different things pop up when you type in Catgirl, you fucking freak. Anyways, that's the handle. So you guys can go listen to that. Or watch it. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. We will be back on Saturday talking about those BO7 leaks.
Yeah, we will.
And it's going to be fun and exciting. And I'm looking forward to that. So
yes, BO7.
Yeah, hopefully something to look forward to in the next COD game. Because season 5 again though exceeded my expectations. So that's it. We'll probably talk more about BF6 this month too. Probably not too much more though. When does the full game launch?
I don't remember. Sometime in October, I think. October 10th.
Forever and ever.
So a ways away.
Yeah. So that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Gabriel with the $5. Actman hangs out with white nationalist militias in Washington State, so I'm not surprised. Wow. I didn't know that. I don't know who that is, Actman, other than that tweet I saw, but he is a fucking retard, so that makes sense. Yeah. I'll believe that without looking into it at all. Sure.
We believed it. We've believed that now.
I'm the believer of that Gabriel! Thank you, man, for the $5. Appreciate it, King. Yeah, we'll be back Saturday. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Maybe another BS6 ep there if you guys want it. Patrons, let us know. And then hopefully some more BO7 episodes there this month as well, too. Definitely starting next month, though. We're going to have lots of BO7 stuff on the Patreon. So that is it. And yeah, goodbye. See you on Saturday.
Yep.